Well, hello everybody and welcome to Eureka Springs channel. We're coming to you live from Eureka Springs, Arkansas. I'm so glad you guys are here. I hope you are watching us live. If you're not, you are probably watching us on replay. And I am Melody Purdy, your host, and you're joining us for Eureka People Chat, which we have every Wednesday at 5 p.m., where we bring together a lot of people from Eureka Springs. We like to talk about the good folks here, and that's exactly what we're all about, is to celebrate the good people, the good places, and the good news from Eureka Springs. And if you want to, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button for us and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and also on Twitter. And don't forget, if you are watching us, please make a comment below and we'll enter you into our giveaway, which we are doing at the end of this month. We are giving away a $10 Apple Music gift card that will be we're going to do a drawing for that, so be sure and make a comment below if you'd like to be entered into that drawing. So today we're going to step back in time just a little bit. You know, that's what we do best here in Eureka Springs, a little Victorian village, and we are so lucky to have some really great retailers who will help you do just that. And today I have Miss Phyllis Morago, who is with Wonderland Antiques here in Eureka Springs. So let me bring her onto the screen. Hi, Phyllis.
Hi.
Well, I tell you, I can see you are in the midst of your store. I see all the items in behind you. You have a plethora of things behind you there. Now, you have folks that are not familiar with Wonderland Antiques. Now, your store has been here for how many years?
Well, it's been here for 12. I'm in my 27th season of having Wonderland Antiques, but I moved here in 2010.
Awesome. Well, it's a great store, and you have such... I mean, I think every nook and cranny around your store is like a conversation piece. It is amazing. I mean... Now are you are strictly a seller, but you do purchasing of items as well, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
I do all the buying for the store. I'm a kind of a rarity. I'm a one owner store. I don't have any dealers. I don't rent out any space. I don't really. Once in a while, I might consign something for a friend, but I really don't do any consignment. I own everything in here. Which makes it nice because I can put all my sewing things with sewing things, all my stoneware with stoneware, all my antique kitchen goods with antique kitchen goods. And I do all the buying myself, so I handpick and touch every piece that's in here.
I love it. I love it. Well, a lot of the items, let me see if I can get the screen on board here. Looks like I've lost the connection to my other part of my screen. Let me see if I can do that. Let's see. Here it goes. Maybe we can get it on that way. It won't let me do it. Well, toot toot. Well, doodle 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 doodle. All right, let me just do it this way. I'll keep it talking. I'll see if I can get the images to get on here. I don't know what happened to them. Interesting, they went away. Well, you know, that's like technology is great when it works, and when it doesn't, it is really horrible, isn't it? So, I mean, you know, at an antique store, I'm sure you probably have things that old things work best, don't they?
They do.
They don't make them like that anymore.
It's a real, people are surprised to know. I mean, like I say all the time, I could show you something that was made 100 years ago. That is very, very, very well made and still working today. Oh. And we could, if we chose to, we could make things as good or better than we did back then, but we don't choose to. We become a throwaway society. They build it to break, so you'll have to buy another one.
Exactly.
But they didn't think like that 100 years ago. They made it to last, and they wanted their name on it and their reputation. And there's a picture right there.
There's a picture. So I'm looking at that. So I'm just looking here at this image now. I guess my first question is, what is the oldest piece that you have in the store?
Oh, gosh.
Do you happen to know that?
I wish you'd have prepped me with that for that. I have had some pretty old stuff in here. I'm going to say probably like maybe 1780 or 1790 would probably have been the earliest thing that I would had. And
Wow.
it probably would have been an illustration or some kind of paper material, probably.
Okay.
I can't, right off the top of my head, I can't think of what the oldest thing was, but I do carry, I pretty much try to buy as early as I can, but the latest stuff that I like to carry is about 1960s. They made some super cool stuff in the 50s and 60s. And even though it's not like true antique, people love it. It's colorful. It's very well made. The mid-century modern stuff, super popular right now.
Yeah.
Which some of it I really like. I like the high mid-century modern stuff. The tacky, like, weird teapotty things and stuff didn't do anything. I thought it was ugly in the 70s. It's like even
Still is ugly now.
Uglier now.
Right. So do you do any traveling with any of your items? Do you do any shows anywhere with your items? You stay busy right there, don't you?
I stay busy here. I actually, I'll try to make this really a short story. I became interested in antiques very young age. I was born in a small town, about 350 people, and I used to go down to the river and dump dig. And when I was about 9, I found a really good, what they call quack medicine bottle. It was Dr. Miles' heart cure. And I had my godfather, who's my parents' best friend. I thought he already owned everything and knew everything. And he saw that bottle and really wanted it. And so he started trying to trade me things. And I kept saying no, and because it was a pretty good bottle, and his things kept getting larger and larger, and I just kept saying no, I think I'm going to keep it. My mom liked it. And, it just something clicked with me back then that I had a great time finding that thing. And here's somebody who I think has like way more stuff than they need already. And he really, really wanted it. And it just clicked with me that I could, have a good time finding things and then sell them to other people when I was really young. So I started as a collector, and then in the late 80s, I moved to Phoenix, where they yard sale and have flea markets everywhere all week long. And so we started doing some shows out there, and wow, I mean, we were shocked. We went in and we thought, oh, we'll make a couple $100. And, we just, really had a great show, and we were bitten, and did that for a couple of years, and then had some babies, and I didn't want to raise my kids.
Life kind of came on you, didn't it?
It did. So I moved back to southeastern Illinois, where I'm from, to raise my kids. And I had a job line. I'm also work as an artist. I have a degree in commercial art, and that's what I was working at. And I had a job lined up back there to start as an artist, and I never started it. I bought a building and opened an antique shop, and that was 1995.
I love it. You have got a wealth of, you've been around the block a few times, and I love that you have gotten so much richness in your life and so many different experiences. I think we have so much to learn from the stories that are around the objects that we collect. I know, just in my own home, that I hang on to things and the memories that are associated with those things. And it's really comforting at times, isn't it?
Let me tell you, I still have little things that I dug out of that dump when I was 9. I still have them today. Yeah. And a few years ago, we went back there and dug in that same dump that I dug in when I was 9, and I pulled out a pop bottle that I sold to somebody for $50.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
There's still stuff in there. So,
well, it's always amazing to me too. How do we determine? How do you determine the worth of something that is old? Is it just based on is it like there's so many left in the world? Is that kind of where you start? Like, how rare is the item?
It really is. That's why, let's just, for instance, ball cards. I don't really sell baseball cards, but because you can't find any good ones anymore. But back in the day, they only made a very short run of something. Today, they'll make hundreds of thousands of somebody who isn't popular at all. And 10 years from now, when he becomes a baseball star, there's already so many hundreds of thousands of his rookie cards running around that they're not worth anything anymore.
Right.
So, and then eBay eBay started about the same year I started my store. And I had older friends who were antique dealers, and oh my God, they threw their hands up and it was like, oh, it's going to be the end of us. And I said, hey, jump on the bandwagon.
That's
you can do both things, and I've made a lot of money on eBay. Let me tell you.
That's great.
It's a great way to sell things that are, they'll fall through the cracks stuff. I mean, you don't sell the common things on eBay because there's no reason to. You sell the rare to the rare stuff and the weird. I sell a lot of ephemera paper, they call it ephemera because it's not meant to be hanging around very long. It's meant to use it and pitch it. And that's why when you find some good stuff,
exactly.
It's worth some money. I'm actually working right now. One thing I love to do is return things to people that they belong to. Items, mostly it's photos, but sometimes it's journals or artwork or, I bought something here a week or so ago. I think is I can't talk about it, but I think it's a pretty good thing. I think I found some photographs of somebody who was very famous that wasn't very famous when those photos were taken.
Right.
So, but I've returned a lot of photo albums, and Facebook is awesome for helping you find a lot of these little towns have, you're from so-and-so, like that kind of a Facebook thing. And you can connect with people and return yearbooks and photos. And, I've had letters written between people and, sometimes the families are super scared because they automatically think you're scamming them, we actually found I had 4 Civil War items one time. We didn't know they had anybody's name on them. I was going to sell them for my sister who had bought them. They'd held them up at an auction and said they were carried in the war, Civil War by one person and supposedly kept together all this time. Had no provenance on that. Anyway, I'm cleaning this thing and I find this guy's name on the back scrawled into this. It was a little wooden hand mirror. And I found his great granddaughter, and when I messaged her, she was so scared that she was just sure I was scamming her.
Wow,
that she just stopped responding to me, and so here I had her great-great-grandfather's items, and I ended up selling them on eBay to a complete stranger, because she was scared.
Well, you have to be it sounds like you're almost part Sherlock Holmes then, trying to research it down. That's awesome.
The research is one of my favorite parts, and just the cool history and like learning about stuff. Man, I mean, I learn something every day.
Well, you have so many.
You know it all.
You have so many items in the store. I mean, I'm just looking at some of the photographs here. You almost have to be in each item. Whether it's something rustic from an old farmhouse. Whether it's something from the Depression era, it's like you have to be educated on all these items. And I'm sure you probably run up on a few things every now and then you probably say to yourself, what in the world is this? I have no idea what this is.
I have a couple things that we call what's it,
What's it?
And I show them to people once in a while, to see if somebody can figure it out. And once in a while they do, but see, we live in a time right now where like people say to me all the time, oh, but antiques are so popular. And I'm like, well, the idea of antiques is popular. That's why Hobby Lobby produces these items that look like antiques, because that's what people want. I mean, it's an American company that asked the Chinese to, hey, make us a thing that looks like an old suitcase or something. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a store and I see something across the way and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I walk over there. It's made out of resin,
Well, I think that, so you are, it sounds like you're doing not only the store, but you're doing a little bit of eBay. I know that, there are, Eureka for a long many years says, and you're a part of that whole fabric of people that are, want to go antiquing every weekend. Oh, yeah. And so we have other places here in Eureka Springs who are doing it as well. And I know that you have a role that you are playing in the Antique Association and have been active in that. And you are doing a little bit of rebranding, aren't you, on that a little bit? Talk to me about that just a little bit.
So for many, many years, I honestly I'm not sure anyone knows what year the association actually started, but it's close to 3 decades, maybe more. I say since Mary Ellen Sheard was a pup, that's a long time. So it was called Eureka Springs Antique Dealers Association for many years, and it was just the antique dealers. And I took over as president from Wanda Kurtzman, who Dewey and Wanda just retired Castle Antiques after almost 30 years in business, which we miss them greatly already. But I took over as president from her, and we were just struggling because like the association might have 12 shops in it this year, and the next year it might only have 7. And, I mean, our dues were constantly fluctuating, and we wanted to produce a better brochure and a full color brochure. And so I came up with the idea that we would start selling ads to other businesses that we thought our antiquing customers would like. And everybody loved it. And we did that for, 6 years or something like that. And last year, for this coming year, we made some changes and decided to just be more inclusive to all the shops that were selling antiques, collectibles, and vintage items. And we actually changed the name. And so now we're called Eureka Springs Area Antiques and Collectibles. Instead of having us, instead of the antique shops being a red dot and the advertisers being a blue dot, we're all red dots now. Okay. And this is, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. This is what the brochure looks like for this year. Okay. We use a really simple map on the back side to help get you around. There are 15 in our group this year, and everything
15. Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of people in here.
Well, they're going to come on to people that are coming over for a weekend, then getting the hold of that little map there. They can just make their rounds all around the town from one shop to the other. That's amazing, Phyllis. I know that you have been very dedicated to the atmosphere of people that are coming to town to antique. And I know that you have worked very hard. Your store is wonderful, and we just want to celebrate you for your 27th year of business here in Eureka Springs. Celebrate you and all the efforts that you have done over the past years. And you've got that keep on keeping on attitude, and we love that. And we just want to celebrate you today and thank you for being a part of the tapestry of the wonderful people here in Eureka Springs. If people are watching today, if you'd like to give a call out to Phyllis at Wonderland Antiques, here's her phone number at 479-244-0943. And don't forget, she also purchases items, which is awesome. So if you've got, maybe somebody's out there's got an item they're looking for, maybe they give you a call and see if you've got something like that on hand. And that'd be awesome. And I've got one question that came on. I thought it was a pretty interesting little question. I kind of wondered this myself a little bit when I looked at your name of your antique store. The question is, why Wonderland? Is it just because she loves Wizard of Oz so much?
No, you're not Wonderland. Now that's a whole different story, Wizard of Oz. And it's funny, so many people get those two stories confused. I don't know why. I think the reason why is I read Alice in Wonderland when I was very young, probably 8, 9, 10 years old. And it was just such a fantastic story. If you've only seen the Disney version or whatever, go read the book. Because it is the most fantastic thing. And it's just one of those stories that says you can do anything and you can go anywhere and anything might happen at any time, and that magic is real. And,
well, I would have to say,
wonderful. So
I thought it was, my whole thing on it was, I thought that you named it that because when you step into your store, it's sort of like falling down the rabbit hole, and you never know what you're gonna see all around you. So
I always thought if I ever opened a second location, I was gonna call it the rabbit hole.
I love it. Awesome. All right. Well, I got to let you go. I appreciate you coming today to talk with me. And folks, if you're out there, don't forget to make a comment below and be entered into our giveaway. And if you have a question for Phyllis, she's going to keep an eye on this post for the next few days. And actually, I think Phyllis you're going to give away something there from your store you're going to take a drawing on anybody that comments up until Saturday.
Right.
So you have until March. You have up until March the 26th. And if you'll make a comment on any of wherever you see this video posted, and she'll draw a name from all the people who commented and give away. What you going to give away, Miss Phyllis?
I'm going to give away a $20 gift certificate. That way you can pick whatever you like.
Awesome. I love it. That's cool. All right. Well, we know Penny's already in the drawing. She's watching. If you're Rich Whitney is watching. Rich, make a comment below, and we'll make sure you get put into the giveaway. Michelle Taylor's watching. Dave McCall's watching. Richard Phillips is watching. Can't just watch. You got to make a comment to be entered into the giveaway, guys. Barbara Stanley is watching. We appreciate you guys watching us live today, and thank you again, Phyllis, for everything, and thank you for chatting with me today. I really enjoyed visiting with you.
Oh, you too. You made it easy.
All right, we'll see you next time, and have a great season.
Thank you.
All right. Love the store. It's a great place to step in and just explore, and you never, like she said, you never know what you're going to see inside. It's an amazing place. It'll really take you down memory lane, and you probably are going to have to walk out of there with something to put up on your shelf to reminisce on, and that's what I do with a lot of my antiques I have in my house. I just I step back and enjoy them because it reminds me of a different time. So thank you guys for watching us, and don't forget you can subscribe, like, and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And so we would love for you to do that. And we will see you next Wednesday for another segment of Eureka People Chat. So be sure and join us next Wednesday at 5 p.m. And we certainly thank you for watching us today. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.